Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina or Cat, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is Your Spirit Guides Want to Cheer You On. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. All right, your spirit guides want to cheer you on. These cards are a little difficult to shuffle because they're so big. All right, group number 1. Group number 2, and this one sticking out we'll take for group number 3. Group number 1, you have Goose, Inner Knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. And you have the Dragon Blood Jasper heart. Group number 2, you have Cougar Assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. You also have the Mookaite heart. Group number 3, you have Butterfly Rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world, love every part of your journey, and you have the Tiger's Eye heart. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one if you're drawn to more than one, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Dragon Blood Jasper heart, and your card is Goose, Inner Knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. So I feel some of you may be traveling somewhere, you may be moving somewhere. So this can be literal or metaphorical. I feel whatever it is, there's something within yourself that is telling you that it's time for a change. So I feel some of you may have gone on kind of like an inner journey, getting a sense of like self-perspection, self-reflection. Sorry, I can't talk. So self-reflection, kind of thinking about where you are right now, and is that a place that you want to stay, or do you want to, move on and do other things, go on new adventures? So Spirit is saying, absolutely listen to that inner voice. And Spirit is saying that new horizons, new adventures, a big change, a calling for you. These are all really, really important movements that you are being called to make at this particular time in your life. So definitely if you're feeling called, there's a reason why. So Spirit says, go with that. I also feel like there's something coming up here where you could be meeting really important people. You could be finding like your soul tribe, things like that. And I'm picking up communication also, which could be with like a soul tribe energy, or it could be communication regarding something where you get like a green light to go ahead and pursue something. So let's look at your other cards. All right. You have the Volcano, Relationships Express, Don't Stagnate. So for some of you, maybe you have a new relationship and maybe they don't live exactly where you live, so you want to move toward them. Others of you, maybe you had a relationship that broke up. Maybe a relationship came to an end and you want a new scenery, you want a change of scenery. So I feel like the important thing here is that it says don't stagnate. So this is not a time for you to sit still. Spirit says this is a time for you to make plans that include some sort of change in your life. And I feel that it's a very powerful time for you. Very, very powerful time. So I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exhilarating, maybe a little bit scary at the same time, just because you don't know exactly what these changes are going to bring you. But Spirit is saying it's not the time to sit in a place where you are not thriving. Energy rising, vitality, confidence, power, decisiveness. Yeah, look at this. So don't stagnate, right? Because this is what's waiting for you. Because your energy, if you stay where you are, I feel that there's like a compounding energy that your spirit guides are showing me of it, not in a good way. It's like if you feel stagnant now, if you wait another 6 months, another year, then it's just going to compound and compound and compound. So that doesn't mean that you have to make these moves and these changes tomorrow. It can actually take you 6 months or a year to make these changes, but you don't want to just sit and dwell in the fact that you feel like you can't move on from this situation. So as long as you're making changes, making plans, or even just researching what your next move is, and Spirit says that's perfectly fine. But once things come together, you want to have a sense of decisiveness and confidence that you're making the right moves and the right decisions. All right. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? Wow, did you see these 2 cards jump? Let's see what they are. I'm so curious. Okay, so, oh, interesting. You have number 37 in peace. Yeah, I feel like you're not at peace in the current environment. You know, this is before you're moving, and some of you have already made changes, and this is what you can expect. You can expect to feel very peaceful, very much at home. I feel that there's an energy cleanse also going on here, so letting go of certain people, places, things, and situations that no longer resonated with your energy, because I feel like you've gone through some changes recently that have kind of led you down this path of wanting to make changes. For some of you, where you were, it was very kind of volatile. Like the situation was kind of almost like on a fault line where it could just kind of explode at any moment. So look at the difference between this and this right here. Complete night and day, right? And I do feel like your energy is rising, your vibration is rising, and I feel that wherever you were before, that's staying the same, but you're changing. And so being in that environment where you're rising, but something else is staying here or getting lower, it's just not going to work for you. So don't be afraid to spread your wings and fly. Ooh, number 47 in success. Well, I don't know if this means anything to you, but you have 37 here and 47 here. So that may or may not have significance for you. But this is your spirit guides clearly saying that moving forward, moving onward and upward, it's going to be successful for you. And this is an interesting card because do you see how it's kind of dark and stormy down here? But then when you rise up, because your energy is rising and you're moving on from something, look at how peaceful it is up here. So yeah, your spirit guides are saying that you will find success moving away from something, going toward a calling that you have. And maybe there's nothing wrong with your current environment, but you feel like you're being called somewhere and maybe you don't even know why. Maybe you want to move somewhere, or you're being called into a new career, or, you know, whatever it is. There might not be anything wrong with where you are, but you're feeling that energy because there's something that you're supposed to accomplish in this, with this new beginning, this place that you're going to, whether it's metaphorically, you know, moving to a new place, literally or metaphorically. There's a reason why, and it's because you're supposed to accomplish something in this new beginning. What else can you tell us for group number 1? So you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so I feel like there's going to be, it's like a resurgence of energy. There's so much success where you're going. I feel like once you make these changes, whatever that is, I feel like you can express yourself more. You can become the person that you want to be. And like your energy, as your energy rises, I feel like there's a lot of different things, different avenues that open up for you. So I feel like it's almost like where you are right now, you don't have the ability to grow. You're just kind of there and it is stagnant. And that you have this inner knowing that there's so much more for you out there. And I feel like you become this really, really powerful, independent person who kind of creates the life that you've desired. And maybe you've always wanted to make these changes, and maybe it just now came up into your mind that you want to make changes in your life. Either way, I feel you're coming into this almost predestined power that you were meant to have, that you were meant to hold. And I feel like you're going to shine. I just keep picking up that you're going to meet new people, people that are vibrating on the same level, successful people in, whatever success means to you personally. And I just see you forming really, really strong bonds with people. People really respect you, and you respect these people that you're meeting. So you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, there is something waiting for you wherever you're going. If you're traveling, moving, looking for a new job, wanting to make new friends, whatever it is, what you're looking for is there, and it will embrace you with open arms, whether it's a new job, new employer, bringing new people into your own business, moving somewhere. I see like everything kind of comes together for you. It just feels like this was like written in your soul contract. Whatever these changes are that you are about to embark on, these changes were meant to happen at this particular moment in your life. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel like wherever you're going, you might be there for a while, because you're going to feel like, okay, this is a place where I can accomplish my dreams. This is a place where I am supported by people, places, things, situations, the universe, my spirit guides. Everything kind of starts to flow for you and come together. And I feel it's like I'm seeing like an unfolding of something, and almost like a positive unraveling of things, where you seem to be connecting the dots of what was missing in your life before. You're figuring out how to make things happen, and the amount of energy and dedication that you're putting into this, I mean, your spirit guides are showing me that it's just a matter of time before this success does reach you. And I feel like there are many, many layers to your success, just like you have many, many steps here, and you have many pentacles here. So I feel that there's going to be success in multiple areas of your life, no matter what your general situation is, because yes, I'm seeing new people, new friends, new energies, possibly new work environments for some of you. I see some of you having a new home. Maybe whatever this is, you'll find your dream job, and then you start making really good money. You could buy your dream home, or you could be in a more comfortable home. Whatever it is, it's like coming from multiple angles. The Ten of Pentacles. Wow. So some of you, where you're going, you will find your life partner, your spouse. And, of course, not everybody. Some people don't want that. Some people prefer to be single. Some people are already with someone. So let me go through this here. So some of you will find that person that you will want children with, because you have 2 children here, and then this woman here is pregnant. You have the 2 dogs here, so you could start a fur baby family with your significant other. For others of you who are already with a partner, I feel like you strengthen your relationship with whatever this move is that you want here. Some of you are moving toward a relationship. Maybe that's exactly what this is about for you, because you do have relationships right here. So maybe you're leaving a relationship and then you're going to kind of go through the self-discovery, and then you're ready for a new relationship and you find that person that you will be with for a lifetime. And for everyone else who's not interested in relationships, what you're doing here in this card is you're setting roots down. You're finding that place where you might stay possibly forever, if not forever, for, maybe 10 years, where I feel there's a lot of growth for you. There's a lot of learning opportunities, like really, really positive situations. And there's this sense of loyalty. Again, I just keep picking up that the people you're around, whether it's friendships, soul groups, romantic relationships, work, volunteer work, whatever it is, there's a sense of loyalty. These people that are around you are very solid people. They're very honest people, very upfront about things. So, anything that was going on over here with relationships, no matter what type of relationship, it seems to be very absent where you're going. So, and that's a good thing, because over here there was something that was a little volatile. Something wasn't quite right with those situations. So here you have the Justice card. There's a lot of balance where you're going. And I feel like the environments that you're in, whether you're around other people or not, there's something about the environment that kind of feeds your soul. You feel very comfortable there. You feel at home there. You feel like you don't want to leave for a little while. I mean, this, for some of you, this isn't going to be permanent forever. For some of you, it could be, I do feel like it's a little bit long term. So I would say probably at least a year or two for most of you. And then for some of you, wherever you're going, whatever you're about to embark on, you're going to be there for a very long time. Like I said, with the Ten of Pentacles, some of you, because of these changes that you're making, you will find your soulmate, the person that you want to have a long-term relationship or get married to, because you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Justice card here. So that's definitely possible. Some of you could be starting a new business. Some of you I feel all of you are investing in yourselves first. You're doing things for you, doing things how you want to do things. And yeah, you may be taking people with you. Maybe you have a family and you're moving, but it's like you are investing the time in yourself for self-care, allowing yourself to feel and become enlightened, and raising your vibration, raising your energy. So yeah, and you know what they say, you take care of yourself and then you take care of other people. Otherwise, you could become very, very drained. So yeah, by you helping yourself, you will definitely be able to help other people if you have other people in your life. Like, let's say if you have children or a spouse or something like that. So it's not taking away from anyone else. It would actually be contributing to the well-being of any group that you are already in. And what else was it with this Justice card? There's something about justice and peace here. I mean, everything is very balanced, but I feel, okay. So it's just that there's something about you when you encounter new situations, new people, places, and things. It's almost like magic, where everything you attract is vibrating at this higher level that you have right here. And so it's almost like you don't even have to worry about this over here anymore. It's kind of just done. Yeah. It's almost like you're repelling that energy now, like the negative energy over here. Yeah, kind of like this with the Page of Swords. I just feel like you're seeing things differently. Something happened over here. It may have been like a tower moment where something kind of shook your foundation and made you realize that where you have been is not, excuse me, is not where you're supposed to be anymore. Definitely with the Page of Swords and what I was just saying, this inner knowing, I feel like you have been getting signs, and some of you may not have been able to kind of put your finger on it. Like kind of like, it feels like something's not quite right in the environment that I'm currently in. I'm not sure exactly what that means or what I should do with this information. So if you're there right now, Spirit is saying just, keep communicating with the universe, with your spirit guides, because I'm hearing that your spirit guides are going to send you more signs about what is going on. What is this shakeup? Where do you go from here? So this would be a great time to communicate with any guides that you have, to, go through any kind of self-discovery, and to also explore your options about what might make you feel better, what would make you happy. So you have the Hierophant. Yeah. So, it's really interesting because I feel that you're having some sort of spiritual breakthrough right now, and it's undeniable. And I just feel like some of you are breaking out of a box. You're breaking out of the norm. It just feels like what you've been doing is no longer working, or you no longer want to do what you've been doing. And the key for you, okay, there's 2 keys right here. The key for you is to follow your heart, follow your, inner calling to go somewhere. So Spirit is saying, be brave. It's going to work out. And yeah, you can have fear, but you don't want that fear to hold you back. Remember, it says down here, don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. Don't hold yourself back by restraints of what other people think you should be doing, or what you think you should be doing based on social norms or societal norms. Your spirit guides are saying, don't be afraid to take a very, very big risk, kind of like a leap of faith, because you are going to fly. That's the thing. You're not going to fall. You're going to fly. The 9 of Cups. Yeah. So I just feel like with these changes, you're going to find like your inner sanctuary. You're going to find what works for you. And because like the closer and closer that you get to taking these steps towards something, the more your energy vibrates on a higher level. And then the longer that you are actually immersed in this new environment, the more your energy rises. Therefore, the more things you're going to attract into your life regarding this, how your new life looks to you in your mind right now. What you're visualizing for your new life is just kind of this really interesting. It's almost like a web where everything is interconnected, but the more you step into it, the stronger everything gets. And I just feel like you're going to be collecting these cups one after another, after another, after another, where you almost constantly have things coming into your life. I mean, not constantly, but whenever you want something and you say, okay, I hit this goal here, now I want to do this and this here. And it's just, you're so determined and your vibration is so high that it just happens for you pretty easily. So you have the 8 of Cups. Yeah, see, this is you leaving what is no longer working for you. And I feel some of you have to, I don't know, I'm getting some of you, it's kind of like a sneaky vibe where you have to be very careful about your exit. I'm feeling some of you don't want somebody to come with you. Very interesting. It seems for some of you it's just a delicate situation leaving. So I just feel like some of you are in a relationship where it's going to be kind of tricky to get out of. So this could be a romantic relationship, family, like maybe someone in your family doesn't want you to leave. And so you need to kind of delicately tiptoe your way out and kind of ease this person into the fact that you need to fly, you need to spread your wings, you need to go do your thing. Yeah, so that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. It could also be like if you have an employer who absolutely loves you and doesn't want to see you go, it could be where you're going to have to rip the Band-Aid and say, hey, I'm leaving. Something like that. So nothing like really, really horrible. I just feel like some people might not understand your journey, but it's not their journey, it's your journey. That's what your spirit guides are telling me. So I feel that you will successfully navigate any relationships like that, where you have to kind of ease your way out or explain things to people. I feel like they will eventually do their best to understand why you are stepping away from something. The Judgment card, I mean, there is such a huge, huge, huge shift going on in your life right now. I just feel like you're not the person that you were when you stepped into this environment over here, you know, before you started moving away from it. I feel like you've grown a lot. I feel like you've learned a lot in your present environment, and it's like there's nothing else to learn. You know, it's like if we're in, let's say, you know, we're in 7th grade or 8th grade in school, and if we stay there forever, you know, how are we ever going to progress? How are we ever going to learn new things? And so I feel that's kind of where you are. It's like you're leveling up, absolutely. And if you stayed where you were, I mean, you see this person who's a skeleton down here, and I feel this person over here is like reaching for a new beginning. It's like, because you can see the writing on the wall, you can see you don't feel like yourself anymore in this environment. And you can't ignore those signs anymore, because it's kind of like the volcano over here with this Judgment card. It's like there's an energy that's very volatile where you are. And it doesn't mean that something bad would happen. It's just like you feel like you're going to crawl out of your skin if you stay in this environment, because it's not you anymore. And it's like, oh, get me out of here. It's kind of like you're kind of trapped in a box or something, and you're getting claustrophobic. That's the feeling that I'm getting right now. So yeah, just know that you're having that feeling because it's time for you to level up. And isn't it interesting that you have the Judgment card here? This person right here is reaching upward, which is the 10 of Pentacles and the Peace card. So yeah, very interesting. The Temperance card, okay, do you see what I'm saying? So something is not in balance where you are, but you will receive, you will find balance where you're going. There's a sense of healing. There's definitely a sense of peace that you have right here. Some of you are finding your calling in life regarding your career or a hobby, something that was missing in your life in the prior situation. I mean, the level of transformation that you're about to go through is really, really massive, I feel. And look here, you have the Temperance card here. You have the Justice card and you have Success. So look at this row. So with the Temperance card, you're with this new environment situation, wherever it is that you're going, you're finding like that missing ingredient. You're finding something that was missing over here. And I just realized you can't see the bottom of your cards on this side. So let me move these up a little bit. So yeah, there was like a missing ingredient, a missing element, which could be anything. Maybe you didn't like the city that you were in. And where you're moving to, you're going to thrive. There's going to be, you know, a new energy there. Maybe you were missing the perfect job, and where you're going, you're going to find that perfect job. Maybe you wanted to start your own business or something like that, and you're going to find that. So whatever was missing in your current situation or a situation that you just left, you're going to find that where you're going. And then we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, this is you leaving a situation that's not working. This is you putting all the pieces together and saying, look, this it's just not working for me. And that's fine. It doesn't have to work, you know, forever anytime you enter into a situation. So I feel that this is kind of like your spirit guide here, showing you that all you have to do is ask. Your spirit guides will be there to help you, to show you the way. I feel that you're very, very protected as you move forward. Is it going to be difficult? Yeah, it is a little bit. I feel that you could be saying goodbye to certain people, places, things, situations. And it's also like, I feel your energy might feel a little bit raw, where, you know, it's like you kind of have to, because you're going through so much at one time. It's like you're going through this sense of self-discovery. You're making these huge changes. So there's a little bit of fear. You're saying goodbye to things. So that's sad. But at the same time, there's excitement. You know that you have success and peace waiting for you on the other side. So you also feel exhilarated and brave and confident and all of these things. So I feel for some of you, it's going to be a little bit of a confusing time for you. But I do feel that that balances out pretty quickly because you're listening to your intuition, to this inner calling, and you know that you just need to take this journey. And I feel inside you know that it's going to work out for you, but then you're like, well, I hope so, but I know it will, so a little bit of back and forth. But yeah, everything is going to work out. And that's what I have for you. So I wish you so much luck with this new journey you're going on. And if you like this, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Mookaite heart, and your card says, Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Absolutely. I feel like also you're not alone as you go forward, as you take this action. Even though you're in a leadership role, even though you're doing your thing, your spirit guides are telling me that they are with you the whole entire way. And I feel like Spirit is saying, your spirit guides are saying too, if you haven't already, to make a plan and stay focused and just keep that determination, because you will reach your goals. And don't get distracted by anything, because I feel like that's not really in your nature, especially with whatever this is that you're claiming leadership over. But yeah, you have the great ability to accomplish your goals. And I feel that you're going to become even more powerful the more that you step into whatever this leadership role is here. So some of you might be taking on a leadership role at work, or you're taking control of your life. Maybe some of you are making some pretty significant changes in your life. Maybe you want to start taking better care of your health, or learning a new skill so that you can get a new job or get a promotion, anything like that. I just feel like you are wanting to make changes in your life, take direction in your life, or, just like produce something in your life that's going to benefit you in one way or another. So I do also feel like there's new opportunities coming in to your life. And this is interesting because I'm feeling for some of you, there's a sense of fame and fortune coming in. So obviously not for everybody, especially those of you who don't want fame. But yeah, I'm just getting like, there's a sense of, and it doesn't have to be literal like fame and fortune, like you are, like going to be a famous movie star or something like that. It could just be like if you're going to start your own business, that it could spread pretty rapidly, like word of mouth, where you become very, very popular. So that's what it can mean also. All right, let's look at your other cards. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Your spirit guides want to cheer you on. Oh, okay. So I'm curious what this one was. The cycle breaker. You'll get through it, cycle ending. Oh, okay. So have you been in a cycle, in a repetitive place in your life where you want to break that? Because here, claim your leadership role and take action. So I feel that you're not really going to have any problem at all breaking something. And there's a new door, there's a new opportunity. Do you see this right here? So yeah, you're not going to be stuck in a situation forever. Here it says you have the confidence and you have the courage and confidence to succeed. So yeah, you'll get through it. You're going to be, I feel there's going to be some sort of breakthrough for you. There is a breakthrough at hand. Let's see what else we have. Nothing is impossible. Open to the unexpected. You'll find a way. Oh, this is so interesting because this person is standing here basically on a cliff. It reminds me of the Fool card, like getting ready to take a chance, make changes in your life, going after something. I feel some of you may have had like a light bulb moment with how to break a cycle, how to move away from something. And yeah, it's going to take a lot of courage. But what I'm seeing here with the leap of faith, with this person standing here, I'm also picturing the cougar, how the cougar can, you know, lie in wait. And then when it sees something, it can start slowly moving forward, having a plan in mind, you know, slowly taking these steps towards something and then taking that leap, very similar to what you're doing here. So I also feel that, well, first of all, nothing is impossible. So you stepping into this leadership role, you taking ownership of things, you actively thinking about how to move forward, how to create something in your life. I feel you can dream as big as you want and you can still make it happen. Like, it does not matter how big this dream is. And yeah, for some of you, it's going to start out a little bit slower, but there's something about the way that your mind works where you're going to be able to put the pieces together very, very quickly. And then it feels like things are moving a little bit quicker than they actually are. But I also feel like once you gain momentum, there's no stopping you and there's no stopping this new situation. I feel like this could also be an amazing new opportunity for you, that as soon as you turn towards something, as soon as you say, okay, I'm going to go on this path, I'm going to go after this goal that I have, it's like, bam, there is something right there to help you achieve exactly what you want to achieve. Okay, these two cards. Abundance in number 1. So this is showing that new path that you're about to go on. Wow. So yeah, you have a new journey. You have something in your sights. There's some goal that you have that you want to move toward. And I feel like there's something about getting a higher perspective on things. And then the details. Okay, what are your spirit guides trying to tell me? It's, well, you know, I feel there's something about you that I feel is very analytical. Like, there's some skill that you have about putting the pieces together, about how you can, like, step back from things and see what needs to be done and then come up with a plan or a list and then kind of checking things off. But it's like things are being done very diligently, very precisely also, and it's going to allow you to really soar. I also feel like you're rising above problems. You're rising above a cycle that you were trying to break it felt impossible at times, but you're taking ownership of your life. You're taking ownership of what you want to happen in your life. And because of that, I feel it's like your abundance, your prosperity, your ability to achieve success, it's almost guaranteed, right? It's like you have all of the ingredients that you need to achieve exactly this level of abundance here. So you have number 4, an adventure. Yeah, I would say you're definitely going on some adventure. You're starting something new. And it's so interesting that this is number 4, because you have a new journey here, right? And also number 1 corresponds to the Magician card. So you have the Magician and you have the Emperor here, the numbers corresponding to the tarot cards. So it's like you're unstoppable. Because with the energy of this card, how I was saying how you're laying out plans and everything that you need to move forward with an idea that you have. Well, here with the adventure card, you're putting that plan into action. You're starting something new. You're taking that leap of faith that we talked about. You're leaving something behind also, because this person here has a backpack. Now, every single thing in your life is not packed in that backpack. You're taking the essentials with you. And I'm not saying that you're leaving all of your things behind and you're moving somewhere. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the essentials for this journey, you're really focusing on those things, and whatever would not work for this journey, you're leaving it behind. So that's very important. Don't bring things with you that would weigh you down on this journey, whether it's a person, place, thing, situation, thought process, anything like that. Your spirit guides are saying, let that go. Travel lightly when it comes to those things. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Ooh, okay, thank you. Group number 2, your spirit guides want to cheer you on. All right, let's see what fell. So you have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so this is interesting that this 5 of Swords is coming out, and it's going to be right below the cycle breaker. You'll get through it, cycle ending. Especially this particular 5 of Swords. I feel like you are kind of drawing a line in the sand. You're putting your foot down. You're deciding that something is no longer going to have control over you. So I feel like you are gaining the upper hand. You're breaking a cycle. You're walking away from something. You're fixing something that was preventing you from seeing that everything is possible. So yeah, I feel this is a very, very, very powerful time in your life. And then you have the Temperance card. Yeah, see, there was something very off balance right here, but it's coming into balance here. I feel that you are finding your power. You know what it is? Because here I feel like you might be just about ready to take a leap of faith with something, but you can't do that until you're back into balance. And here with these 2 cards, something was very much off balance. And I feel that to break this cycle here, in one form or another, it may have been a little bit painful and a little bit uncomfortable for you to recognize that, first of all, there is a cycle that you've been in. And so coming to terms with that and changing something, changing a thought, changing a behavior, changing an environment that you were in. And I definitely feel like it has something to do with your thought process, at least on some level. That might not be the entire situation, but on some level, I feel like you're seeing things differently. You're thinking about things differently, and you're becoming more focused. And so I feel that you're realizing that something that you are doing is not assisting you. It's not helping you reach this level of abundance here. So with the Temperance card, I feel you're basically getting rid of something here and adding something here. And you're finding that, oh, okay, this is the perfect element. This is the perfect mixture of things that I need to move forward. So I feel with the Temperance card, you're gaining a lot of confidence. You're gaining a sense of a clear vision with how to move forward with something. I feel that with the Temperance card, you're becoming the Cougar here, and the Assertive, where you're starting to be very assertive with your thoughts, your thought process, and connecting the dots basically. But you're also about to see a new opportunity, a new cycle, something like that is starting to come into your vision here. So we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, so I feel this is something, you know, breaking the cycle, thinking about things differently. I feel like this is going to be a work in progress, but it's going to lead you to a great sense of control, a great sense of knowing the path to your success. I kind of feel like you're stepping out into a new you, basically. You're going to be very, very successful. There is some shift that's happening for you. You're no longer hiding behind the scenes with something. You're putting yourself out there. You're no longer letting your thoughts hold you back. Like, let's say if some of you had, you know, an idea of something that you wanted to achieve, but you lacked self-confidence, or you lacked, you know, putting those pieces together. Well, something is shifting in you, and you're saying, you know, basically get out of my way, because I'm moving forward and I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to be very successful. So I feel that you believe in yourself. I believe there's something about self-care going on here also, where you're taking better care of yourself or your mind. And yeah, you're moving forward with something. It's kind of like, you know, here I am. And I feel that that comes with a very, very warm reception. So people are very receptive to whatever it is that you have to offer. And here you have the Goddess of Cups. So this is the Queen of Cups. You're looking at things differently. Some of you, this could be you contemplating a new opportunity that's going to be coming into your life. Definitely with this new opportunity, when it's the right opportunity or it's the right idea for you, like for some of you, you will be presented with an opportunity, and then others of you will create your own opportunity. But I feel that there's a sense and a certain amount of time where you contemplate things, you look at things, you evaluate things. And I just feel like you're not necessarily rushing into anything. And your instinct is going to tell you, yes, this is the right thing, or no, wait for the next thing. And I feel like you've become more patient with things because you've broken some sort of cycle. It's kind of like you've gone through this huge process with these two cards here. And because of that, you're gaining a sense of patience with allowing things to naturally come together down here. And maybe you were always patient. If you were always patient, I feel like that's definitely going to benefit you and pay off for you. You have the Emperor. Okay, this is powerful. You have the Emperor. And remember, the Adventure card is number 4. So this is also representing the Emperor, to me anyway. So look at this double Emperor card. Oh my gosh, you are becoming so powerful. I feel like there's no stopping you. Look at this goal, this vision that you have. You're holding it right here with this cup. And I feel what's happening is here with the Queen of Cups, you have this idea, you have a vision. And it's like when you think about this and you put yourself in that position and you're really thinking, you're visualizing and you're thinking what it would feel like to hold that situation in your hand, figuratively speaking, to step into this new situation. Well, what's happening is that you're in agreement that, yes, this is my path to abundance. So abundance, that's, wealth, prosperity, happiness, emotional, physical abundance, things like that. So it's not just like money, it's that whole package of abundance. You're saying, if I take this new journey, how does that feel? What does that look like? And then with the double Emperor here, you're saying, okay, enough of sitting down, enough of contemplating, enough of researching and planning. Let's take some action. It's so powerful, especially because you have the Cougar over here. It's really powerful. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting 5 of Pentacles. So, I feel with the gate here, the fence, whatever you want to call it, there was something that you wanted, but it felt out of reach. It was like right there, but for some reason it felt like you couldn't move toward it. Some of you may have been in a situation, or maybe still are in a situation that may have once been like a very positive situation, but something went wrong somewhere along the way, because it feels like what you were striving for got further away from you and further away from you. It could be a thought process. It could be that there was some kind of trickery going on in your environment, especially with this 5 of Swords over here. So it feels like you're finding a different way, like you're finding a way around things. Because what is so interesting about this card is you have the gate here, the fence here, but it's not over here. So to get to these pentacles up here, it looks like all you have to do is just walk this way. And so there seems to be a very simple solution to a problem that you have. And I feel that you kind of come to that realization over here with the 5 of Swords, because I feel like you leave something behind. Remember I told you, I think I said this with the Adventure card, that you want to pack lightly. You don't put everything in this little backpack here. You want to pack lightly. You're leaving something behind here. And you're figuring out, especially with the Queen of Cups and the Emperor, the double Emperor, you're figuring out how to get to these pentacles over here and leave this behind. The Eight of Swords, exactly. See, you felt stuck by something. You felt trapped. You felt like you couldn't move forward. You couldn't see the way. You couldn't, I feel someone or something was almost kind of suppressing you, like holding you hostage in a sense. I mean, hopefully not literally, but you know what I'm saying, like metaphorically speaking. It could be your thoughts that were holding you hostage. It could be someone in your life that didn't want you to be successful because they were not successful, so they didn't want to see you rise. Something like that. But you're breaking free of that. You're finding the solution because once again, the Eight of Swords, you're not really stuck. It's just you're not seeing the way forward. You're not seeing over here that you can just walk this way and get to the other side of this fence. So very similar energy in your particular reading with this Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So your solution is this right here. It's like this light bulb moment or something. All right, so the Son of Pentacles, this is the Knight of Pentacles. So you have that solution and you start moving forward. It feels like there's, it kind of feels like in the beginning or throughout this process, it's a little bit of like you're constantly analyzing. I mean, not constantly, but there's a lot of analysis. There's a lot of planning. You're being very, very thorough with things, but it's not too much. It definitely works to your benefit and to your favor. It's the right amount of planning because you're not sitting there just planning. You are actively moving forward, but you're doing so at a very methodical pace. And I feel every step that you take, you're planning that next step and the next step. So yeah, it's like you're so focused. I feel that you are right on target. Nothing is breaking your conversation, your concentration. So you have the Hermit card. Yeah. This is very interesting that the Hermit's going below the Nine of Cups. And remember the Nine of Cups, you have the curtain here where you're coming out of hiding. And look at how it's similar, how you have the light behind the curtain. And then here you have the light from the lantern. So there is a sense of enlightenment. You're finding that solution. It's like, I feel almost like you came up against a brick wall with this Five of Pentacles. You were trying to achieve some level of success, but it feels like what was going on is the harder you tried, the more stuck you felt. And it's like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm trying so hard, but there was something about the environment that something was holding you back. Could have been yourself. It could have been someone else in your environment. It could have been any number of things. But then you're finally figuring it out. I mean, same thing with the Emperor. Look at this light that you have here. So this light bulb comes on. You see the problem. You figure out how to fix the problem, and you're no longer stuck. So the Hermit, this is number 9. So the Eight of Swords here, you feel stuck. You feel trapped. You can't move. You can't grab these swords to cut this, whatever this material is that's binding you here. But you get that enlightenment here. So then there's movement for you. So let me read this real quick. You know where to go and what to do. Exactly. Because here you knew what you wanted, but you didn't know where to go or what to do to get these pentacles. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So you're no longer worried about going around this gate here. So nothing's holding you back anymore. So you have the Empress. Look at how powerful that card is. So the Empress here is pregnant, and I feel that in a sense, right? Like you're metaphorically about to give birth to something. Some of you, maybe you literally will be giving birth to a child. But for the majority of you, this is metaphorically speaking. So I am picking up that there's something about a year-long process for you where so how do I say this? Okay. So you see a new opportunity, you evaluate this opportunity, and you decide to move forward with this opportunity. So for some of you this year that I'm going to talk about with the Empress card, it will start from the second that you realize, oh, okay, maybe there's a solution to get to the other side here. And for others of you, this year will start from the time that you discover a plan to move forward. And what I'm saying with that year is this is a process, but over the next year, from whenever this starts, you start to see things coming together, one thing by one thing by one thing. And then it kind of culminates in this huge, massive shift in your life. And you're literally in a new place, in a new situation where you're about to receive this abundance that you've been waiting for, this abundance that was just outside of your reach here. So for a lot of you, it will be less than a year with the Empress card, especially this one. But yeah, I typically get like 9 months to a year, not all the time, but when timing does come up, that's what I'm feeling here. So very significant changes I feel over the next year for you. You have the Moon card, very interesting Moon card. So there's a massive, massive cleansing process going on for you right now. I feel you're leaving something behind, something that was holding you back, something that was weighing you down. You're realizing that you're worth more than a cycle that you were in before. And so I feel for some of you, this path could be a little bit scary because you don't know exactly what it holds for you as you go forward. But the thing is, Spirit is saying to, step forward. Your spirit guides are absolutely cheering you on here. I'm hearing that you're so brave because look at this path you're going on here and the adventure that you're going on here. And look at this row. You have the Emperor in the middle. Well, actually, these two correspond to the Emperor, but this plan that you have, it's going to take you to exactly where you're supposed to be. There's a lot of abundance. See, that's the other thing that's interesting with the Empress here. The Empress is very comfortable. You have created this life for yourself that you love. You're comfortable. You don't need or want anything. You have everything that you need. There's prosperity here. There's emotional abundance. Your environments are abundant. And then with these three cups together, with the Queen of Cups here, you're sitting back and you're looking at how far you've come over this last year, and you're feeling very grounded, very secure, very balanced, very happy. Definitely a lot of emotional abundance that's coming in for you. So let's look at your last card. The Eight of Wands. Wow. Don't be afraid to go after what you want. You're going to be so happy and so proud that you went after this dream, this goal that you have. And here's the thing. It happens much, much quicker than it ever would have happened if you were still in this environment with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Because this environment was holding you back. Now, there is, in a sense, a sacrifice that you have to make, because I feel to break free from this environment, it's going to be uncomfortable because you're breaking a cycle. So you've been used to doing something and now you're not going to do that anymore. So whether it was positive or negative, you're still going to feel uncomfortable because it's a change. You're not doing this thing that you were doing all the time. Whether it's a thought process or a place where you worked or being around certain people that were holding you back, you have to break free. You have to cleanse your energy with this particular Moon card. You have to let it go. You have to shift and try to form new habits and new ways of thinking and things like that. So is it going to be sunshine and sunshine and roses the whole time? No. Sunshine and rainbows, whatever they say. No, it's not. But you're leading to that. You're leading into this environment where there's a lot of abundance and success. And here's the thing. Once you take that leap of faith and you step into this new adventure, things happen very quickly for you. So it is going to be a process. It is going to be a journey, but things do happen a little bit quicker than you may have expected when you first start this journey. So I hope this helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Tiger's Eye heart, and your card is Butterfly Rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So first of all, I feel your spirit guides are saying that you will love every part of your journey. Yes, some things in the beginning may be a little bit difficult as you go from the caterpillar to the butterfly, but Spirit is saying that it's going to be worth it. You're going to love where you end up, and I feel like there's something that you don't want to keep hidden. It's like maybe you have a talent or a skill, or you have something that you're supposed to accomplish in this life. And if you don't go through this rebirthing process, you would never be able to experience those things. So I definitely feel like it's going to be worth it for you. So Spirit is saying don't be afraid to spread your wings and fly and just, experience whatever it is that you're looking for, because I feel you're going to find it. Actually, I'm not feeling that. Your spirit guides are saying that you're going to find it. So I'm just the messenger here. So, but I can also feel like this joy that's going to be coming into your life because you do achieve this level of success. So yeah, definitely, especially with the butterflies, you have a sense of transformation, transition. So I feel like you go through a transition that leads to a transformation. This is all unfolding. It's definitely going to bring you a sense of renewal, new beginnings. I definitely feel with the butterfly, there's a pretty significant change on the horizon for you. Spirit is also saying, your spirit guides are saying to only bring with you what will enhance your new path. You don't want anything to cover up the beauty of the butterfly. So I'm not sure exactly what that means at this moment, except that don't bring any extra baggage with you that could weigh you down. And then we'll see if that plays into your reading later on. So, also have patience. I just heard patience as you go through this process, because it's not going to be easy every single step of the way. So just have patience that it is actually going to work out for you. I feel like these are your cards right here. The Holy Mountain, Soul Calling, Sacred Journey, and Pilgrimage. Wow, what are you about to do? It looks very, very powerful. I feel like it's definitely a soul calling. It's like you're supposed to... you're supposed to become... First of all, you're supposed to become lighter, and you're supposed to go through this transformation, because I feel you are being held back from something that you deserve. Very interesting. You have brilliance to share with the world. That's what it says over here. And just look at this aura, this bright light that you have going out here. Okay, I'm so curious to see what else we have for you. Ooh, releasing the past, emerging, transforming, energies transmuted. Is this not what we were talking about with your first card? Wow. I feel some of you went through a really dark time, and it's time to let that go. You can reinvent yourself. I feel some of you may have either done something or been through something in your past where you may feel like you're not worthy of change, or you're not worthy of becoming successful or something like that. But what I'm seeing is that you have changed tremendously. Let's say if you did something that you're not proud of or something like that. I mean, what your spirit guides are showing me is that you're worth this change. You do deserve this change. And then others of you, I feel some of you went through a really, really dark period. Some of you, whatever this was, it may have been like a bad relationship. Maybe you lost a loved one. Maybe you had certain inner demons or inner battles that you had to overcome. Some of you also had things kind of fall apart like all around you, but that is changing. And I feel some of you hit rock bottom because it took hitting rock bottom for you to realize that you are worth something, that you do have this really, really beautiful offering for the world. And now you're like, okay, I'm slowly, getting my strength back, getting my power back. And I don't know. I'm just feeling like some of you may have been really, really down, but that is shifting for you. And some of you had to go through like this dark night of the soul for you to realize what your calling is, what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. Some of you may have gone on vacation and had like a total transformation, like a wake-up call, something like that. Very interesting. It's whatever it is, it's very, very powerful. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Okay, these two. Adventure. Number 4, an adventure. Well, you definitely have an adventure coming up, I think. You have a lot of change, and I feel like your spirit guides are telling me that you're very, very brave to go on this adventure. You're coming out of something here that was just transformative, but it feels like if you didn't have this here, kind of like this dark night of the soul, you wouldn't be going on this new adventure. You wouldn't be creating a new life for yourself. And I'm just seeing and feeling like you're very, very brave to go through this process, because it just feels like you had to really confront some difficult things in your life, but you're picking yourself back up. You're ready to move forward. There is something like on the tip of my tongue, and it's not coming through yet, but it has something to do with what brought you to this new beginning here, and what brought you to this rebirth, because you definitely went through like a death and rebirth process. And I feel like there's something that's like right there, but it's not coming through yet. So let's just move on and see what we have. All right, so you have number 16 and emerging. So definitely you're releasing the past here, because here you're definitely emerging from this darkness back here, this dark cave, and you're emerging here. And look at that, you have the 2 butterflies on here. So definitely there's a lot of, I feel like regrowth happening in your life. There's going to be a sense of grounding, of regrounding, of figuring out and kind of like rebuilding something, especially with number 16, because that does correspond to the Tower card in the tarot deck, which makes a lot of sense with the energy that I was feeling. I feel some of you lost a significant something in your life. So it just feels like something that was a part of your life for a while is no longer there. But at the same time, you're becoming the phoenix rising from the ashes. You're becoming, the caterpillar moving into or growing into the butterfly. So let's look at your tarot cards and get some more information. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 3, please? What does group number 3's spirit guides have to say today? The 2 of Pentacles. So you're coming into balance. You're building back up, because I'm almost picturing like a shipwreck over here. So things are coming into balance. There seems to be 2 significant things in your life that are being fixed. For some of you, it could be finances. It could be like work related. It could have to do something with your home. I feel that you fell from something, like hopefully not literally, but like something fell apart and you're rebuilding slowly but surely. But in the process, I feel like you are discovering that where you were before was very, very limiting, and where you were before was keeping you caged in, because you have wings here, and then you have the butterflies here, you have the butterflies here, and then you have the horse here. So you're gaining a sense of freedom. Even though things fell apart, I feel that it does have a silver lining. The Six of Wands. So interesting. It's, I feel that one way or another before you didn't have a way out of a situation or something like that, because I feel like you were trapped, you were stuck, you couldn't move forward. But now, you have your soul calling. You're turning into the butterfly, and look at this gate right here. The doors are open. There's 2 doors and they're open. So there's going to be a new opportunity for you. There's going to be a way for you to move forward. Everything is coming together. Everything is making sense. I feel like you're very, very protected as you move forward on this journey. And do you know exactly where you're going and how to get there? Maybe not all of the details, but here's the thing. You have the horse in this card, and then right above this card, you have the horse here, which is carrying you to where you need to go. So your spirit guides are showing me that your spirit guides are going to be with you. They're going to be there to help you along this journey as long as you invite them in to help you. But they would absolutely be more than willing to help you on this journey. And there's victory here. There's success. There's regrowth, rebuilding, and coming out much, much stronger on the other side. It's like with soul calling and emerging here, I feel like you're becoming the person that you're supposed to be. So you have the Hermit card. Yeah, I mean, this right here, this card, releasing the past, reminds me so much of the Hermit card, especially because you look at it and you have the light here, and then you have the light right here that's kind of lighting your path as you go forward, because it's also down here. So yeah, I definitely feel like some of you went through like the dark night of the soul, but through that process, through hitting rock bottom with something, you're... So yeah, you're rebuilding, but you're awakening something within your soul that I feel was ignored or pushed down or like chained up or something. It is like something within your soul seemed to be within a cage and you couldn't see it, or you couldn't activate it, or something like that. It was like out of reach for one reason or another. So you're getting back into power. You're overcoming anything in the past that was holding you back. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Isn't this so interesting? So the Eight of Pentacles to me personally can absolutely talk about a soul calling, you pursuing something that is something that you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. So, this could have something to do with work or a hobby, something like that, that's going to be very, very successful for you. I feel there's also a sense of putting yourself out there, not being afraid of public opinion or, what people may say. So let's say if you're creating something and maybe you've always had this talent or skill, maybe somebody saw you doing something and they said, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Why don't you make money doing that? You're like, well, I don't know. I don't want the public scrutiny. I don't want people to, pick it apart and tell me what I did wrong, things like that. But here's the thing. The butterfly. Most people love butterflies, right? Most people think they're really beautiful and they're a sign of good luck, things like that. That is how people are going to see what you're doing. Of course, you're going to have those 1 or 2 people here and there that have something negative to say, because there's always 1 or 2, but that doesn't matter, right? That really has no place for your heart, for what you're doing. And everything else, all these beautiful, amazing things that come into your life, it's going to outshine that. So those 1 or 2 people that have something to say, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, look at that. You have the Tower card. Isn't this interesting that the Tower card is right below the emerging card, which is also number 16? So, confirmation that something happened here. Now, what is so interesting about this particular Tower card is that you also have the moon here. So, I feel like this was almost predestined to happen, this Tower card, because a path that you were on or something that you were doing or a belief that you had, it was faulty. Because if it was strong, the lightning strike never would have damaged the tower this much. Maybe it would have had a little nick in it or something like that. But this tower is on fire. The fire is even all the way down here. So it's like stripping something completely away so that you can be that phoenix rising from the ashes. Now, all is not lost here. I feel you're picking two things up out of this tower and you're moving on with these two things. So maybe this is like, something to do with the Eight of Pentacles, where you have a talent, a skill, a thought, something like this. So you're taking that with you, and you're also taking with you this natural ability for how to proceed forward with that particular thing. Right now, it doesn't have to be those two things that you're taking with you, but I feel that, yes, things came crashing down, but this also woke you up to your soul calling, to a sacred journey, to a pilgrimage, which is then leading you to realizing something that you weren't doing before that you're supposed to be doing, that's going to lead you to a place of just great abundance and success in your life. All right, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so this Tower card got you thinking differently about things. I feel like there's no going back, right? This Tower card, this is final. It woke you up. And now that you have the clarity from the moon here, you can't go back to what you were doing before. So you're emerging as the Queen of Swords, where you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It's undeniable. And you have to go towards your soul calling. It's like there's no denying it anymore. It's almost like you can't even stop the process. Everything almost starts to fall apart around you and then build back up around you. And so it's just like there's no way that you could not pursue this, because that feeling for you is so strong. And so I feel that you're also putting up boundaries around your ideas, around yourself, around your health, your physical and mental health, where you're completely releasing the past. So you're not letting anything in anymore that could stop you from being successful on this new path. You have the Knight of Swords. Wow. So you're very protected as you go forward. You have a new idea. And once you get started on this new idea, the more and more that you step forward into this energy, into this path, this new you, even, I would say, the more unstoppable you become, the more you realize that something in your past was absolutely not meant for you. Or maybe it was at a time, but it's no longer. I feel you've outgrown something and you're growing into a very, very, just a really amazing energy. And I feel like some of you have kind of drawn a line in the sand where you're saying, okay, the past was the past and it doesn't matter anymore, because now I'm a new person, I'm different, and everything else is going to be different in my life. You have the Empress card. Yeah, you're building a new life for yourself. It's going to be quite successful, very, very comfortable. And it's very unique. Also, this life that you're building, it doesn't have to fit the mold of what everyone else has done. It doesn't have to fit the mold of what you used to do or who you used to be, because I feel like you're breaking the mold. You're doing things your way, and that way works for you. And I feel you're also pretty selective about who you let into your life. You're pretty selective about the situations that you step into yourself. you're more grounded in who you are and what you're supposed to be doing at this point in time. I just feel like there's this beautiful unfolding in your life because it looks like there's peacock feathers on her dress here. And then obviously you have the butterfly here. So I just feel that you're going to love where you end up, even though it was painful getting there. I feel that your spirit guides are guiding you toward a really amazing gift. And I feel that this gift, I mean, it's you, like something that you have, something that you're going to create is the gift, but it also gives back to you. It gives back to you much more than what was lost here. So will you always have a little scar from this, or maybe a big scar depending on what it was? Yeah, some of you will. But this, like, there was nothing that you could have done to prevent this from happening because you're supposed to be over here. And so this, whatever it was, it had to wake you up. Okay, so you have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so definitely I feel that there is absolutely some soul searching going on because it was like you were looking for something, or it felt like you were on a loop, because for some reason I'm seeing this person like walking around like a gazebo where you're just walking around. It's almost like, well, what are you doing? You've been doing that forever now. What's the point? And you were like doing this, trying to figure out something, trying to find something, trying to see something, and they're right there. The pentacles are right here, but your thoughts were so cloudy that you couldn't see the pentacles. There was something like you felt almost frozen in time or something like that. Well, then, you know, these pentacles are still here as you go through the Hermit card, and then you start to see things clearly. And with the Queen of Swords, it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it because it's undeniable. And I feel that you get clarity on why the Tower card happened. You know, for some of you, you may have had like a really great job and then your company closed and they didn't tell you until the last minute, and you felt like your life was falling apart. You didn't have an income anymore. You didn't know what you were going to do. And then you went through like this, you know, dark night of the soul where you realize, look, I have this talent, I have this skill, I have something that I love doing. Why don't I try making money doing that? You know, so of course, this is just an example, but then it's almost like you have this light bulb moment here with releasing the past. And then you start to move forward and you really kind of create this life for yourself. That's really amazing. Yeah, see? So you have the Sun card. So this is basically how I'm picturing this is the Phoenix rising from the ashes from the Tower card. So your spirit guides want you to know that no matter what you're going through right now, you absolutely will rise above. You will have your moment to shine. And you're also going to shine with something that you're creating. Remember, the Adventure card is number 4. So that's like the Emperor card. And it's connected to the Eight of Pentacles, where you're working on something that you believe in 100% with your heart. This is something that has great meaning to you. And then the Sun card. Spirit is showing you with the Sun card, they're saying, hey, keep going. This idea that you have is amazing. You're going to be successful. This is going to blossom. There's like popularity connected to this. Remember, people like what you're doing here. So keep doing it. Believe in yourself. So you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, I mean, look at how this is below the Tower card. Something made you feel like you wanted to give up. Something made you feel like you couldn't move on from here. It made you feel like, you know, the universe was playing tricks on you. It was very, very unfair. Why did this happen to me? But look at what is so interesting about this card. So you have the 3 cups that are falling down here. And that's representing the Tower, representing something that it wasn't meant for you because it wasn't stable. It was faulty. And some of you, you know, I feel some of you may have gone through something that was more on like a tragic loss with maybe a loved one or something like that. And I feel if that happened for you, I feel that person is one of your guides who's here to cheer you on so that you don't stay in that energy, because this person wants to see you successful and is trying to point you in the direction of a talent or a skill or a thought that you have that will bring you a lot of success and abundance and happiness. So remember when I talked about the Two of Pentacles, how you're taking two things with you from the past? Most of the past is going to stay in the past, but those two things, and then you have these two cups right here that you're going to take with you. So yeah, that seems to be very important here, that not all is lost. Your spirit guide definitely wants you to know that it wasn't all for nothing. There is something that you're going to receive out of this, and it's something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. It's going to create something that's going to be continual for you. So something that you will want to continue, something that will always kind of feed your energy. And then you have the King of Cups. Wow, so powerful. So I definitely feel like you're rising from the ashes. I feel like you're coming out more powerful than you've ever been before. You have a vision. I definitely feel like you're emerging into the person that you're supposed to be. There's no stopping you. And there's just so much balance. It's interesting that we started with the Two of Pentacles, which is a balance card, and also water back there. And the water looks a little bit stormy. And then here you have the King of Cups, and there's water down here also. And it does look a little bit stormy right here, but it's like a powerful shift. It's also very powerful because of the Tower card. Something is completely washing the past out of your life so that you can emerge as this new person with this new energy and start this new beginning that you have, this new opportunity that's coming in for you. So yeah, I mean, let's say that you lost your job with the Tower card. And then because of that, because now you're looking for a new job, then you find the job of your dreams. You know, something like that could be going on here. So of course, just an example, just a very simple example. So I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.